Yes, this is not a dream. It is Asian. I know it's been almost 2 weeks since I posted a video, but we're back and we're ready to go. Now check me out. I know you've seen the title and you're going, how? How do you even know this, Asian? Explain yourself. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that right now. So, without any further ado, let's jump into this and let me explain why Android 21, Majin Android 21, could be coming to the game. Now, I want y'all to understand this is just speculation. I have no proof of this, but I'm going to explain the reason why I think this. So let's do it. Back when Android 21, the lab coat version, came out for Xenoverse, I made a video, which is no longer up because I deleted a lot of my videos. I made a video talking about how we would not get Majin Android 21 because in Fighters, they did not have lab coat 21. So now that Fighters just got lab coat 21 confirmed, it's automatically opened up. There's a possibility that we could get Majin Android 21. Well, Zajan, why do you think that? Well, because first off, we're dealing with Bandai Namco. We're also dealing with games that are very old. So before I get into those points, I want to explain one more thing about lab coat, about 21 in general. She was initially created as a fighters only character, where she had a lab coat form, but you couldn't fight with that form. You could only fight with the Majin form in Fighters. Now, after so long, Xenoverse had already been out for more than a year when Fighters was released. So Xenoverse is already ahead of the game when it comes to DLC. They've already started putting out DLC by the time Fighters has been released. So we not only have DLC already coming for Xenoverse, which has the most characters so far in a game. It's just ridiculous. I mean, I'm not even gonna count a lot of them, but y'all know how they do it. They make one character and a specific preset is a whole nother character. That don't make sense to me, but it is what it is. So they've been doing this now for over a year before Fighters got started. So by the time that Lab Coat 21 was introduced to Xenoverse, Xenoverse had been out for more than 3 years. So the game at this point was already grasping for straws on what to put in for the next DLC. Fighters is getting very close to that same level of monotonous DLC characters being added. Fighters is a tiny bit different because there is just one specific character instead of just a preset you're getting. So it's a little different, but you're still looking at a lot of the same characters being given to us with DLCs. And this is the way that Bandai does things. They piggyback off of each individual game and off the show and off the manga, and they put what they want in there. I mean, point exactly would be, we still have yet to get Hit's outfit. That makes no sense. That's an outfit that could definitely be given. But it is what it is. Now, earlier I said that both games are getting old. Now listen, the reason I say that is because both games are now over 4 years old, and the only way for either of those games to continue to stay relevant is if you constantly add DLC, because both story modes have been done for more than 2 years at this point. So the only new, innovative things being added to the game are extra characters. And that's for Xenoverse, that's for Fighters, and that's also for Kakarot. I mean, we could also go into other Bandai Namco games like Storm 4 and Shinobi Strikers, but let's not do that. Let's just stick to Dragon Ball. So the only way to keep these games alive or keep them quote-unquote relevant, because Xenoverse is about irrelevant at this point. You look at a lot of channels and they're not making good views off this. There's only a handful of channels that make good views off of Xenoverse videos and Fighters videos. So it's very slim pickings. So since the only thing left to keep these games alive is downloadable content, Bandai Namco are grasping at anything that they can get just to throw into the games. So, since now Lab Coat 21 is in Fighters, which makes sense, she was a Fighters original, there is a possibility now that we could get Majin Android 21 in Xenoverse. Well, why? Because they've already confirmed that there's even more DLC coming for Xenoverse 2. Yes, they've already confirmed DLC 15. And we own DLC. We waiting on DLC 14. They've already confirmed DLC 15. It's the dumbest thing that I've ever seen. But they're doing it because they need that money. They are Bandai is the monopoly in this position. And Sega had a shot with Demon Slayer, and then they messed it up. So yeah, Bandai they're sitting pretty. They're not worried about Sega because Sega just did the same thing that Bandai does. So they're not worried about somebody taking over because I think Sega did an even worse job than Bandai. But that's just me personally. So I don't think that they're going to change anything anytime soon. All the games at this point are old. It's been years since we've got a legit game. The last game was what, Kakarot? Yeah, it was Kakarot was our last legit game. Which means that everything we've gotten up to this point, since Kakarot came out 2 years ago, has been DLC. So that means DLC for the last 2 years, no new game. And then for some people that's been playing Xenoverse for the last 5 years, the only thing you've been waiting on is DLC. And for some people that do nothing but play fighters for the last 4 years, all you've been waiting on is DLC. And then the new game that we have coming out, Breakers, you know, Dragon Ball The Breakers, that's not a fighting game. That's like a Dead by Daylight game. So there isn't much hope for anything to change anytime soon when it comes to this layout of constant DLCs over and over and over, just until we get to the next game, or until they release something that either flops and they realize, oh, we just got to keep adding DLC to these other games, or until they finally add Xenoverse 3 and do it right. I'm not real sure what their plans are at this point, but the way that it's looking, we're about to have hella DLCs continue to come out for this game, and Majin Android 21 is probably a good choice to be in one of these next DLCs. I mean, y'all tell me what y'all think, because at this point, it's confirmed. DLC is not going to stop coming for either of these games, and they're running out of characters to choose from. I mean, I can name off the top of my head a couple of characters that they haven't put in, like Buccalo, you know, like, really? Buccalo? You know what I'm saying? What about Full Power Bojack? What about Super Android 13? I think that's really about it. Yeah, I'm sure there's some more. You could go into like GT areas with the other Shadow Dragons, but I don't really like them. I mean, when you talk about actual iconic characters that ain't in the game, there are none. They're all there, other than a couple of forms that might not be there. And all I just named was different forms. You got Boo Tinch, you got Buhan, Super Boo, but you don't have Buccalo, which is fine, you know. Buccalo didn't have much screen time anyway. But Super Android 13 had a decent bit of screen time, and even Bojack Unbound, you know, his final form had a decent bit of screen time. So that's probably the only other two characters I could see actually getting a spot in the, you know, as characters that ain't in the game. So then the next character would be Majin Android 21. That's only 4 characters so far. What else are you gonna add? You gonna give us another voting thing so we can sit here and vote, and then it takes y'all 2-3 DLCs before y'all announce who won, and we probably get that character in a free update? I don't know. I just don't understand how or why y'all work it the way y'all work it. I just play the games, you know, and at this point, I don't play this game like this. It's just that aggravating and boring at this point. We're not getting anything new, and I hate that that's the way it is. But yeah, it's looking like there's a big possibility Majin Android 21 is going to be coming as a DLC now. Y'all tell me what y'all think. What other characters they could add to Xenoverse? Because at this point, you could just name somebody, throw a dart at a wall. Oh look, Bart dressed up as Goku. He's next. I don't really know. It is what it is at this point. Thank you guys for watching, though. If y'all enjoyed, I'm back with a longer video. I tried to do something a little different. I got a little video essay coming out for y'all here in a few days. And Sunday, I got the Attack on Titan cover coming out for the Rumbling. I hope y'all enjoy it. It's got an AMV with it. Shoutouts to Slim. But we're going to get all that popped off. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.
It's only the beginning.